Welcome to our Banff review session for PolicyCenter. Today, we're going to take a past, present, and future approach to discussing three critical areas of development, starting with Advanced Product Designer and Rapid Product Design. Advanced Product Designer was the darling of Connections 2019. It was also the spark that lit the fire that is now lighting up PolicyCenter with the added functionality our customers need to win in the next era of insurance. In fact, many of you may have just come from a keynote delivered by Vittorio Giusti of Aviva Italy, a company that was recognized with the 2019 Guidewire Innovation Award for a number of achievements, including reducing time to market for key products from months to weeks using Advanced Product Designer. So Sid, what is Rapid Product Design, and what's the difference between that and Advanced Product Designer?
Rapid Product Design is a key initiative at Guidewire that was designed specifically to help our customers win in their markets through agile insurance product development. We recognize how important it is to launch insurance products to market as quickly as possible to test new channels, digital experiences, and more tailored insurance products suited for today's trends like cyber insurance or usage-based policies. Rapid Product Design is the overall solution. It includes Advanced Product Designer along with many other tools. We recognize that insurance products have various components such as rating, business rules, underwriting, digital channels, and document production. We need to address our tooling in all of these areas to truly get to Rapid Product Design. We worked with a number of customers in both EMEA and the US who have successfully used APD in their implementations and will go live next year. One of our first customers to use this solution took their first APD-generated line to market in less than 6 months, and followed on with several more just a few months later. The long-term goal we have set for ourselves is to give our customers the ability to launch an insurance product in 30 days or less using our Guidewire Cloud platform. With every release, we get closer to achieving that goal.
That makes a lot of sense, and the direction is very exciting. Let's talk a little bit about Advanced Product Designer specifically for a moment. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the new pieces of functionality that have been built into APD and the benefits that customers are seeing from those?
Advanced Product Designer became generally available to all PolicyCenter customers in Aspen earlier this year. With this latest release, we have embarked on a different part of the APD value proposition. So far, APD is great to launch a new insurance product fast, but we now want APD to be used to make updates to an insurance product. A cool new feature we are introducing with Banff is called Product Editions, which allows customers to use APD to make effective dated updates to their product that is already live. This is leveraging the product model properties, which allow customers to create availability, existence rules, and value ranges. These product model properties can also be used to create dependency rules between different product model elements. As an example, you can make a particular risk attribute available based on the answer of another risk attribute, or change whether or not a coverage is required based on other user selections. Product editions encompass all of these rules and the base product model, allowing users to make changes to their product. Changes to these rules can be done without any downtime in PolicyCenter, which is a game changer from previous versions. This speaks directly to our mission of Rapid Product Design by enabling a far more efficient product development lifecycle.
That's a lot of vision realized and progress made since last year. Can you tell us a bit now about what we might see when we meet again at Connections 2021?
There are two key areas that we want to invest in as we move ahead to the next year and Connections 2021. First, we want to continue adding more capabilities to the Rapid Product Design solution space. APD will be enhanced to include product variations, allowing customers to vary the product by jurisdiction, channel, or distribution options. This is a key requirement that a lot of our customers need to be able to roll out their products successfully across various market segments. We are improving Guidewire rating to ensure it runs efficiently on Guidewire Cloud platform, leveraging our microservices architecture to improve performance and the developer experience. The second key area we want to expand for Rapid Product Design is to establish a link between APD and ClaimCenter to enable better automation and enhance policy retrieval and search capabilities. In fact, we want all our Guidewire applications, whether it's digital, data, or the core apps, to start leveraging Advanced Product Designer as a single source of truth for insurance products in the Guidewire ecosystem. This common base will ensure that if a change is made to the product, it will percolate all the way through the ecosystem.
Thanks so much, Sid. It sounds like it's going to be an exciting year in Rapid Product Design. Now, let's check in on how Guidewire is leveling up digital experiences for insurers. Hey, Praveen, what's new in Banff?
Lots of things, Nicole, but let me focus on some key features. So as you know, Guidewire has been moving away from AngularJS to our Jutro-based UI. So we started that journey in Aspen, and I'm happy to report we've completed that migration. So all of our consumer persona, our vendor persona, and even our claims-only products have been migrated over to Jutro UI. And that's a major milestone for us, and we're very excited because that lays the foundation for all of the innovation that we have planned in the upcoming releases. So that's the Jutro migration. The other piece that we've done is the auto-generation capabilities. And tying back to what Sid had mentioned in terms of rapid product design, where you start with the mind map and then it auto-generates the digital screens. So this auto-generation piece actually enables that aspect of it. And this has actually been a huge hit. And our services organization estimates that anywhere between a reduction of 20 to 30% occurs when you're trying to build out a quote flow. And imagine a project where you have multiple lines of business. This is a huge cost saving. So we're very proud of that.
That's amazing. So you mentioned Jutro several times. Can you tell us a bit more about it?
Yes. So Jutro is Guidewire's design system and UI framework. So there are two pieces to that: the design system and the UI framework. So what do you get in the design system? With the design system, you get a set of responsive components and also a pattern library for designers. And all of this is tailored for the P&C industry. So what the Jutro design system allows you to do is build consistent user experiences and a cohesive flow across all of your digital applications. And some of the things that are included in the design system are things like flow plan. So you can use a flow plan and design your application, and it works beautifully on an iPhone, and it works equally well on a desktop. And you don't have to worry about that. You just build your page, and it works on both devices. You don't have to worry about the form factor. The other thing that we know that customers would want to do is apply their own theming and branding. Again, that's something that's supported out of the box with our design system. So that's the design system. Now, switching over to the UI framework piece, in Jutro, everything is metadata driven. So when I try to build a web page, I start with the flow plan. Flow plan references components. Components has their own set of properties, and I've defined the entire page using metadata. Now, you might be wondering, why did we go the metadata approach? A couple of reasons. The first reason is we want to make it as easy as possible for you to be able to quickly modify a screen and immediately see the impact of that. We don't want you to have to go and dive into raw HTML or JavaScript. You just tweak the metadata and it automatically renders the UI. So that's the first reason. The second reason is we know that it's hard to learn all of the JavaScript frameworks out there. In fact, 6 years ago, AngularJS was the most popular framework, and all of our digital applications were built using AngularJS. Today, React seems to be the most popular. 5 years from now, we don't know what it's going to be. We just know it's going to be different, right? So what we are trying to do within Guidewire is trying to abstract away as much of the complexities behind JavaScript frameworks. So you can build all of your web applications using Jutro metadata. And going back to the auto-generation piece that I was talking about, the auto-generation piece is enabled with Jutro because what the auto-generation is doing is generating Jutro metadata. So that's Jutro in a nutshell.
That's amazing and a huge advantage for our customers. But we never stop pushing forward. So can you tell me a little bit about the next frontier of digital development at Guidewire?
Definitely. So before I get into what's next, I want to remind customers that when you have the cloud subscription, all of digital is already included in there. So you have the producer persona, you have the consumer persona, you have the vendor persona, you have all of the personas to work with. And as part of your project, if you need to build out an additional persona, that capability also exists. Now, in terms of what's next, the answer is plenty, but let me hit on some key highlights that we're working on. The first is REST APIs. On Guidewire Cloud, our standard moving forward is REST. Our current digital applications use JSON RPC, but any new applications that we build will be based on REST. and it'll be included in the IS Cloud APIs. So that's REST. The second piece is auto generation. Again, we want you to be able to innovate, engage, and grow your business. And auto generation is a key piece to that puzzle. And with Banff, what we've done is we've introduced the submission transaction, but we want to enable claims and policy transactions also. So next on the list is policy change and renewal that's coming up. Last but not the least, we are going to put in a lot more effort in terms of upgradability. What we want is we want upgrades to be a non-event for you. So in order to make that happen, what we are doing within Guidewire is making a clean separation between the configuration you're doing and the platform that we provide. So our promise to you is as we provide changes to the platform, your configuration just continues to work. And moving over to Jutro is the first step in that direction, but there's a lot more focus that we're going to put on upgrades in the coming releases. But stepping back, big picture, what we're trying to do is move away from customization where you have to get into JavaScript and Gosu and move towards configuration where it's mostly metadata driven. But we also recognize that there's limits to how much you can do with metadata. So one of the things that we're working on is enabling the developer persona and also the designer persona. So lots to look forward to there.
Wow, thank you, Praveen. Our digital applications are offering insurers a whole world of new possibilities. Let's round out this session with another critical topic, analytics. So Ryan, in Aspen, Guidewire made it easier for Insurance Suite customers to take advantage of analytics. Can you explain some ways that embedded analytics are important and the benefits of a smart core?
The most important benefit of embedded analytics is what you don't see. It's all the submissions and renewals that are sped along their way without human intervention because machine learning gives you confidence that those decisions are being made correctly. Conversely, when the smart core surfaces a submission or renewal to an underwriter, it is because that decision requires expert judgment. The embedded analytics display the reasons for concern in order of significance and recommend an appropriate coverage or price adjustment as a starting point for the underwriter to employ their expertise. Your people spend their time engaging your customers and making decisions that matter, instead of looking up information and processing routine items.
That sounds pretty ideal. Can you tell us about what's new in analytics for Banff?
There are two levels to that. What's visible to PolicyCenter users are that we improved our display of science risk analytics, and we expanded those risk models to cover general liability, in addition to cyber, workers' compensation, and employer liability. This is in addition to the predictive analytics models for profitability and retention that were already available. Under the hood, we made it easy to combine science risk factors with internal data to improve that predictive modeling of profitability or retention. We improved support for insurers who are embedding models that they build outside of the Guidewire platform. And we increased response speed for real-time scraping of internet data relevant to underwriting a new submission. And we do all this with a flexible framework that can configure multiple embedded models in a matter of hours, instead of a traditional services project that can take months to conceive and deliver a one-off solution for each case.
Outstanding and very exciting. As we move ahead toward 2021 and beyond, what is Guidewire's vision for analytics?
While there are all kinds of improvements planned for the individual product components, our overall focus is on seamlessly closing the loop from data sourcing to modeling to deployment to embedding analytics in workflow to monitoring performance and back around to updating and improving models with new data. This is possible like never before when all the components live in the Guidewire cloud platform. And just like in the core workflow itself, we will increasingly automate the portions of that data and modeling journey that don't require human expertise. We are also excited to improve all aspects of analytics with data that has never before been available to most insurers, whether from science data listening that is always growing to encompass new data sources, easy access to data from Guidewire partners, or data that insurers choose to pool anonymously as a group because no one insurer has deep data history in every market segment, in every region, in every line of business. But to return to what you will experience directly in PolicyCenter within the next year, We are combining rapid product design with embedded analytics to make it easy to roll out a new cyber insurance product. We are adding science risk analysis for commercial property and auto. And we are streamlining underwriter workflow with AI-driven prioritization of new submissions.
Thanks so much, Ryan, and Sid and Praveen as well. Let's review. Since last year's connections, we've built a strong foundation for a new era of policy administration and released significant functionality that will enable insurers to engage, innovate, and grow efficiently. The Banff release is taking us a step forward now, and by this time next year, we'll be talking about the successes our customers have had with this functionality and showing you what we have in store for the next chapter. If you'd like more details about any of this, please be sure and join us for the Policy Sales and Service Customer Advisory Group.